All right, ready for a deep dive? Today's a little different.
Oh, yeah. Going somewhere new.
We're diving into a song, actually. The Words I Say by Kurt Hulse.
Interesting. Not exactly your typical source material.
Right, but that's what makes this so fascinating. These lyrics, they get at something so universal. Those unspoken thoughts, the ones that play out in our heads. The stuff we don't always say out loud.
Oh, absolutely. And that internal dialogue, it's something everyone can relate to, right? It's like this hidden world of hopes and anxieties, even regrets that we wrestle with.
It's so true. And this song just nails that feeling. Like right from the start, it hits you with this line: words I say inside my head, worse than words I've ever said.
Oof, yeah. That's relatable, right? It's like our own inner critic can be brutal, way harsher than we'd ever be to someone else.
Totally. So why do you think that is? Why are those thoughts inside our heads sometimes so much tougher than anything we'd say out loud?
Well, there's actually a psychological reason for that. See, negative self-talk. It tends to amplify when it's internal. Think about it. When you're alone with your thoughts, there's no one else to challenge them, to offer a different perspective, or even just to reassure you.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like your own thoughts echoing in this empty space.
Exactly. And without anyone else to kind of balance out those negative thoughts, they can start to feel really powerful, even if they're not true or even fair to who we are. And the song really captures the intensity of that inner world too, like when it talks about silent screams and chasing shadows.
And whispers that turn into thunder roaring. It's like these vivid images are giving a voice to those feelings that are so hard to put into words.
Exactly. And that's the power of symbolism,
Yeah.
right? Our subconscious minds, they often communicate through symbols and metaphors. It's why these images hit us so hard. We see this in dreams all the time.
Oh, totally. Dreams are rarely literal, but they are packed with emotion.
Right. Art and music, they often tap into that same language of symbols.
Yeah.
So when you hear a lyric like thunder roaring in the rain, it evokes a feeling, even if you've never experienced it literally.
It's giving a voice to something that's hard to articulate any other way.
Exactly. And another line that really struck me was, lessons learned, but still they burn.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It gets at how our past experiences can have this lasting impact on us, even when we think we've moved on intellectually.
Oh, that's so true. It's like you can know something in your head logically, but emotionally.
It's a different story, right? Your heart might still be catching up, even if your head understands. Like, think about trauma, for instance. You can logically know that something wasn't your fault, but your body,
Yeah.
your emotions, they might hold on to those feelings for a lot longer.
Absolutely. Emotional memory is powerful like that.
It is. And speaking of holding on, this song keeps coming back to this idea of trying to suppress thoughts. Like that line, locked away, but they keep coming anyway. It's like we try to outrun our own minds, but
That those thoughts always catch up.
they do. They really do. And that's where I think mindfulness comes in. Because instead of trying to force those thoughts away, mindfulness is about acknowledging them. It's like what you resist often persists.
It's not about silencing those inner voices entirely. It's more about understanding what they're trying to tell us. So, for everyone listening, we're digging into these lyrics, but this isn't just about a song, is it?
No, not at all.
This is about something that's happening inside all of us all the time.
It's that universal human experience.
We all have this inner world full of all those words I say silently to ourselves.
Right. And maybe instead of always trying to quiet those voices, we can listen to them, try to understand what they're saying.
What do you think are some good ways to do that?
Well, there are a lot of different approaches, but journaling can be really helpful. Or any kind of creative expression, really. It's about finding a healthy outlet to process all those complex emotions. Gives you something to think about, right?
It does. So much to unpack there. Thanks for taking this deep dive with me and for choosing such a thought-provoking song.
Absolutely. This was a fun one.